What's up, everybody? It's Sean again with Media Windog Watchapeg. I'm back again today for another fact-checking the fact-checkers videos, I think is what I'm going to start calling these, because it needs to be constantly done. So I'm going to, I believe, start calling this series fact-checking the fact-checkers. We're going to take another look at another example today of another just textbook example of why you cannot trust the establishment mainstream, quote, independent fact checkers. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. They're bought and paid for by the very people that they're supposed to be fact checking. They usually don't address or check the facts themselves, and even when they do actually attempt to check and address the facts themselves, they still can't fucking get it right, and I'm gonna prove it to you here in like less than 2 minutes. So, as I'm sure you're well aware by now, the very first presidential debate of 2020 between Donald Trump and Joe Biden went down this past week. One of the major controversies to come out of said debate was that at some point Donald Trump accused Joe Biden of calling Donald Trump xenophobic because of his closing the borders with China in the early goings of the coronavirus, quote, pandemic. CNN, the bastion of truth and integrity and reality that they are, has said that this is not true. So let's have a look-see, shall we? Let's see what CNN says is actually the facts, and let's have a look at whether or not they actually know what the fuck they're talking about for once. Spoiler alert, they don't. So, fact check. Trump claims Biden called him xenophobic for travel restrictions. From CNN's Tara Subramanian. If I'm mispronouncing your last name, Tara, I apologize. Or your first name. It could be Tara for all I know. If I'm mispronouncing your name, ma'am, I apologize. Defending his response to the coronavirus pandemic, President Trump referenced the travel restrictions his administration imposed on foreign nationals who had been in China, then attacked Biden for remarks he had made the same day. Addressing his opponent, Trump said, quote, "I closed it and you said he's xenophobic, he's a racist, and he's xenophobic because you didn't think I should have closed our country." Actually, you know what? Let me do that again. I'm going to try to do my best Trump impression. Hang on, give me a second. Addressing his opponent, Trump said, "I closed it, and you said he's xenophobic, he's a racist, and he's xenophobic because you didn't think I should have closed our country." End quote. That wasn't that good. I'll work on it. Facts first from CNN. Did Biden say Trump was xenophobic for imposing travel restrictions on China? This is lacking context. Evidence. This is the evidence that CNN provides. It's not clear Biden even knew about Trump's China travel restrictions when he called Trump xenophobic on the day the restrictions were unveiled. So they're not denying that he called Trump a xenophobe on the same day that the restrictions were unveiled, but they're saying that he didn't even know about Trump's China travel restrictions at the time, and the accusation of Trump being a xenophobe and the closing of the borders with China was never explicitly linked, basically. So they're saying the two are not related at all. It's just a total coincidence that on the same day that Trump announced the closing of the borders to China, Biden actually called him out on Twitter and called him a xenophobe. But it's just a complete coincidence. The two are not related whatsoever. But CNN, funny story, I went to Joe Biden's Twitter account and I scrolled back to March 18th, 17th to 19th of this year, and if we scroll down just a few tweets, we can see right here, this is Donald J. Trump's tweet from March 18th about closing the borders with China, and here is a response, a retweet from Mr. Joe Biden himself saying, "Stop the xenophobic fear-mongering, be honest, take responsibility, and do your job." It is literally a direct response and retweet to the statement Donald Trump had made about closing the borders with China. So I don't know what the fuck CNN is on about over here, saying that it's not clear Biden even knew about Trump's China ban, and they were never explicitly linked, the accusation of xenophobia to the travel restrictions, because it is right fucking here on Joe Biden's own Twitter feed. A direct response to Donald Trump's tweet about closing the borders. Stop the xenophobic fear-mongering. Now, I'm going to take the last bit of what Joe Biden says here, and I'm going to sign off with this, but I'm going to take this last bit of advice that he has here, and I'm going to tell it directly and throw it back in CNN's face. This is to CNN from me. Be honest. Take responsibility. Do your job. This was a 30-second fucking fact check for me. This took me less than 2 minutes to find this information, and I'm just some random shithead on Facebook and YouTube. This is CNN. They have billions of dollars to throw at this, and all the resources you could possibly want as a news outlet to throw at this. And they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I doubt they even looked this up. So, this is why you can't trust your, quote, independent establishment mainstream fact checkers. I hope this was informative. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, let me know how you think I'm doing. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, head on over to my Facebook page, Media Windog Watchapeg, and leave me a like and a rating and a review over there, please. That would really help me out. And as always, I'll see you guys very soon for another video. Ciao, ciao!